Hey guys, it's Megani Tapir back at it again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna start off by saying I'm sorry if you can hear like lawnmowers or weed whackers or chainsaws in the background because my neighbors all collectively decided fuck this guy and just started doing some yard work, and they've been at it for hours and do not show signs of stopping anytime soon. But aside from that, back into the video topic, I decided, hey, today I'm going to talk about what got me originally into cosplay. Why do I like it so much? Why have I kept doing it? Etc. What my first cosplay was, and so forth. So, you know, right on into the fucking content. Okay, so my sister was in, I want to say, 8th grade when this started happening. So I was in, like, 5th grade. I didn't start cosplaying until, like, 7th or 8th grade. But, I was in 5th grade when this, started for me. My sister was in marching band, and she met this girl named Katie, and they became, like, really fast friends, BFFs, whatever. And sorry, I'm yawning. Yeah, they became fast friends. My sister was already kind of into anime, but like not as into anime as she could have been. She and Katie and like Z's and her friend and like my sister's friend Taylor were, big into anime and whatever. So they were hanging out. They were doing their thing. And Katie was the one who actually introduced us to the idea of conventions. Now, I think Katie's going to school for animation in Georgia. She's a, talented artist, all that jazz. But, she was a cosplayer first and a convention goer. And, we talked to her. We were having fun. It was great. And, I had known about the idea of cosplay beforehand because, I don't know. I was like, whatever, it's whatever. But, I didn't really see anyone in cosplay until, like, let's say okay, we talked to Katie, we hung out with her for a while, it was great. And by we, I mean my sister and I heard from her later. Anyway, yeah, Katie was there. It was great. About a year later, we decided, hey, let's just check out this convention thing for one day. Just see what's going on. See what it's all about. Whatever. It was great. We went there. We went up to Anna, Minneapolis, and was out at a hotel. Can't remember the name of the hotel, but it was like pretty nice. It had an okay sized like convention area, but yeah, we went there, and I remember when I saw Katie, she was dressed as Hatsune Miku, because that was the time we were living in. But yeah, she was dressed as Hatsune Miku, and I instantly thought, this is the raddest shit I've ever seen. And I looked around, and there were people also dressed up as characters, and I was like, oh, they look like they're having fun. Like, we're talking about, like, some Disney characters off in a corner, some Vocaloids. This was in, like, 2011, 2012-ish, so, not really that many memorable characters that I can remember off the top of my head, but, there were a fair amount of people there. It was a Sunday, it was whatever. But seeing Katie in that cosplay got me thinking, like, I could do that, I looked around and I was like, hey, that's really cool. Look at her. She is Hatsune Miku as far as I'm concerned. And, like, that sort of stayed with me for years. And then one day I decided, hey, I want to do a cosplay. Like, before this, I think my sister and her friend Tay had been cosplaying. Tay she and Tay were like super into Black Butler, so she cosplayed Sebastian, Tay cosplayed Grell. It was great. They had fun. They did a quote unquote photo shoot in a park, and by that I mean they fucked around on a park and like stupid, really badly made cosplays that were not sized correctly, but they were having fun, and that's what matters. And I saw that fun, and I was like, hell fucking yeah, I want to get in on that. So I did. I bought my first I got my mom to take my measurements, and I got my first cosplay that was Russia from Italia, and I got my first cosplay from Hello Cosplay. It was great. I was in, I want to say, either 7th or 8th grade. I think it was 7th. But, yeah, I was in 7th grade. I did my first cosplay. I was so hype about it that, like, I wore it to school on Halloween. That's embarrassing. You don't want to go to school in cosplay, cause especially if it's Italia cosplay, because other people will be like, what are you even dressed up as? I'm like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I don't want to explain it to you, because that would be very embarrassing on my part. People already thought I was a loser idiot, so, like, that just sort of sent everything home for them. They were just like, oh yeah, for sure, what a loser idiot. But I had so much goddamn fun. It was great. I loved that costume. Like, it was good. It was a good costume. We did a few measurements a little wrong, so it was a little tight around the arms, but that's not Hello Cosplay's fault. That was 100% us. But yeah, I enjoyed that so much, and I was like, this is great. Also, I was super into Homestuck at the time, so strap in. I really liked Kanaya. Now, this was before I even, started the whole dysphoria thing, because I wasn't really going through puberty, so to say. I was, but like my chest hadn't grown much then, so I wasn't that dysphoric about it. I always had kind of a more masculine build, not really too curvy of a figure, but, back in the day I was like, oh, I'm a girl, little did I know, I want to cosplay a girl, so I wanted to do either Kanaya or Rose, and I was like, fun question. I don't want to have to do, like, the body paint or whatever for Kanaya. Like, I tried to make horns, but it didn't really work out, so I decided, fuck it. So, I already had a blonde wig for Russia, and it was a bad blonde wig, but I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a bad wig. I didn't know I had cut it weirdly. I didn't know anything. So, I decided to use the same wig I used for Russia, which was, bad, ugly, terrible wig, and do, Rose, but wearing Kanaya's clothes. So I was like, I don't know what this is. So I was like, haha, it's gonna be like a fun little shipping thing. It was weird. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had fun, and it was great. We all had fun, and yeah, it was fantastic. Everything was fantastic. We had a great time. And, I later did Russia to other conventions. I did it to Anime Iowa when we went to Anime Iowa. It was fun. I can't remember any other cosplay I did. I think I, wore my sister's kimono and, a short black wig I had found that looked like it sort of had, a bump in it, and, I was like, look, it's me, I'm Toph from that show I've never watched a day in my life. But, I digress. I loved the idea of it. I loved being recognized. I wasn't good at cosplaying, but I loved being recognized for the character I was, cosplaying. I haven't really been asked for photos too often because I am ugly. And, you don't really get asked for photos a lot if you're ugly. Or, like, you don't have a crazy cool cosplay that, like, you made from scratch. But I had fun. And it was fantastic. It, like, sparked a new life in me. I decided, hey, this is what I want to do. And at this time, I was also watching, like, a lot of cosplayers on YouTube. Mango Cyrene was my go-to. God, I love her. Wonder what she's up to now. I think she, like, Twitch streams, but, like, not, like, video games. I think she streams herself making cosplay. I think she did an Anastasia cosplay recently, and that was beautiful. But I digress. Getting off track. I was so into cosplay for like this period of time in my life, and I was like, hell yeah, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be. I want to be this kind of person. And it was great. I had like huge self-confidence, even though like I looked around and I saw people in like, objectively superior costumes. Just gonna say that. But I still felt like this is what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. So I didn't really bother. And, I wish that I had that same sort of mentality to this day. But, things change, people change, bodies change, dysphoria happens, and, I'm already self-conscious about just, going out in normal everyday clothes. So of course I'm gonna be self-conscious in a fucking anime costume. But I'm working on it. And I'm working on getting back that, like, youthful look at, dressing up as characters and just having a good time. Here's hoping that eventually I'll get that sort of energetic spirit back about it. Here's hoping that I get that same zest for life back. Well, not for life. I already have that back. Whatever. You know what I mean. Here's hoping I get that same zest for cosplay back, but I do still love it, and I still love the artistry behind it. So, yeah. That's all for this week. Tune in next week where I might have my dad guess if certain Pokemon are real or fake. Maybe, perhaps. We'll see how it goes. He might not be into it. But for now, stay safe. Deuces.